This video will introduce you to using Google Sites for this specific assignment, the website for animal adoption. It's one of your training sessions. Your task is to make a website that contains all the criteria in this list. I have done a lot of the writing for you, but you're free to bump that up and make it stronger, and that will actually be part of your rubric. So if we just take a quick look at the rubric, you do have a media mark as well as a writing mark. So if you basically copy and paste things in but have a few glitches, then you're in the level 1. If you copy and paste things in so that everything looks polished, then you've got a level 2. To get a level 3 or above, you're going to have to make some alterations to the text in order to make things more interesting to the audience. You might have the occasional small error, but I can tell that it's your writing for it to be a level 3. For the level 4, the wording is very polished and you've got that extra sense of audience appeal with the wording that you chose. The media, you need to include all of the content that's in this list. If you've got most of it but not all of it, you're in a level 1. If you've got all of it but there's some room for improvement with the way you put the content in, perhaps color choices seem to clash a little bit, that sort of thing, then you're at the level 2. Level 3, you've got all of it and it's well done. You've actually made a few little changes so that you're not doing exactly what I do in the video. And level 4, or the level wow, you're starting to play around with things a bit to make it more your website, even though some of the content is going to be similar to what I use in this video. So let's get started. First, go up and create a new tab. I often go over here, or you can also just search up Google Sites. I have a bunch of sites already. Yours is not going to look quite like this. You will, however, have the plus sign down in the bottom right, which is where you can create a new site. Your first step when you get here is to choose a picture for your header. So when you scroll over here, you can change the image. And I'd like you to try selecting image. You can go and search for one on the internet and then download it and upload it into here. But you can also do your search through here. So you could search for just a color if you want an idea. And you can get textured backgrounds that way. I am going to search for a backyard because with this animal shelter idea, I want it to seem very natural. I am now going to choose a theme. So I'm going to come over here to themes, and there's a bunch I can play around with. I've already looked through some, so I know that I'm going to choose Diplomat, and I would like to emphasize this green feel, although see how the blue and the green don't go all that well together, and it kind of makes things clash. That's an example of the level 2 that I was mentioning. The green goes all right here. I might have preferred the gray. What's the brown look like? Oh, that's the more neutral tone. Let's go with this one for today. Once I've chosen my theme, my next step on the criteria list here is to type in the title. This is where you can start to bump things up. Adopt an animal is a suggestion. You can just copy and paste that actually. If we go over here, adopt an animal, you could select it and copy and paste it in to make sure it's spelled correctly. However, you can always make it a catchier title in order to improve your mark on the wording. Next, you're going to insert a layout option. So I clicked over on themes. Now I'm going to come back to insert and I'm going to look at these layouts. The one that I'm going to use is this one here, but this is another place where you can bump things up and make them more individual. You could choose a different layout. Perhaps this one here that has 3 because there are 3 animals that I've given you, although you can always create more if you wish. I'm going to add a picture of a terrier here. So I'm going to again select an image. I'm going to choose to search. And I'm going to type in terrier. If you're not sure how to spell terrier, you can always go back to the assignment sheet. And in this description, I've got the word terrier. So you could copy and paste it right from there. I'm going to search for an image of a terrier. And because my first image has grass in it, I'm going to choose one that looks like it's also outdoors. I know from this here, the content, that this little guy is named Muffin. I'm going to copy and paste this description in but here I am going to title Muffin. It should have a capital. That's one of those things I'll be looking for in the writing. And then I just paste in the description. If you're looking for some more extras in order to make your work higher in quality, feel free to put in a divider here. And then we'll add in another section just like this. But I'm going to play around with it a bit. I'm going to take this image and slide it to the other side so that it's not exactly the same the whole way down. I'm going to look back at my description here. This one is named Spot, and it's a calico cat. So I'm going to copy that, put the description in. This one is named Spot. I put a capital on the name. And then I need to search for an image. Search up there. Calico cat. And again, if I wasn't sure how to spell it, I could copy and paste it from the assignment sheet. This one looks perfect. Because I put a divider here, I'm going to put in another divider. And I'm going to add this one in again. I'm going to make it go zigzag as I go down. My last description here is a mouse. I didn't put that in the description, so good thing you've got the video to tell you. We're going to put here, and I didn't name him either, so again, good thing for the video, Tiny Ted. Make sure you capitalize both words because it's his name. And I'm going to search for an image, search, and I'm going to type in mouse, M-O-U-S-E. And I don't want the electronic kind. This one looks a little more outdoorsy, so it fits with the idea that we've got going on here. And now I have completed the majority of the criteria. I've copied and pasted in text. I've added additional layouts in order to get all 3 animals in there. Now we need to create a new page. We're going to go over here to Pages and down to the bottom to the plus sign. I'm going to call this page I Want to Adopt. And if you're not sure how to spell all of those, we can go right here to the instructions because this is where I am on the instruction sheet. Copy and paste and click Done. And I'm going to be putting a text box in here because I do want some content. So I have to go back to Insert, Text Box. Now I need what to put in there. So I go back to my assignment sheet. And there it is. I'm going to copy and paste. I'm going to spread that out a little bit. There we go. Now, if I go back to that sheet, I've used all of this content. I have added a page called I Want to Adopt. Now I need to publish the website so I can get the link for the adoption page. So I go back here, I go up to the top, and I click on Publish. I'm going to need to give it a name. Sample, and we need it to be different for all of you. You can't be choosing the same name, otherwise you'll find that it's already being used. So if my name was Bill, I would put Bill at the end. Whatever your name is, just write the name or part of the name, whatever works for you. And I'm going to put Publish there. Now that it's published, I have the ability to go up here and copy the published site link. I need that for this page because I want to put a button on the other pages. So I'm going to copy that, copy the link, and I'm going to go back to the home page. I want to put a button in here that lets people go straight to adopting because they've read about this gorgeous animal and they want to adopt it. So I'm going to click right here, add a button, and we're going to call this I Want to Adopt. And my link, I'm going to paste. It's the one that I just got from that adoption page. And I'm going to insert. The only thing is, the button, well, people aren't going to see it down here. So this is where it might get a little tricky. Remember, if it doesn't work out quite the way you want it to begin with, you can always go up to undo. So I'm going to click and drag it. And I want it way off to the side, right there. But nobody can read what it means or what it's saying. So I'm going to click on it and drag it until I can see all of the word. Then I'm going to click again to Control-C to copy and Control-V to paste, and it's putting it way down here, but I didn't want it here. So again, I'm going to click and drag, and then click and enlarge. And one more time, copy and paste, Control-C, Control-V, click and drag until it's that thick blue line that I was looking for, so I knew it would be in the right spot. And I have to say that the first time I did that, it went all over the place, put the buttons in the wrong spot, and I didn't want it there. And what I did was I went to undo, there it is, right up here, in order to try placing that button again. So if we look at our assignment sheet, the criteria, we made a new site, put in the picture for the header, chose the theme, titled it, put in the layouts in order to add the pictures and the text for each animal, then made the adoption page, published, created a button and put it for every animal, title the website, and so we're basically done. We need to go up here to untitled site. I'm going to title it because as a title it does get capitals. The unimportant words don't get capitals, but the rest of them do. And then I can click publish and everything is saved.